Okay, no, I can't do that in the silly voice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lamp. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Who's here? Either Lamp, Raven, Irma, Joe. Did you see the Leva clip? Perhaps the one where she's like patting your head. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm taking everything I've been given and putting it in a little savings account for whenever it's needed. Thank you. It's really appreciated. But yeah, you're gonna see that I changed my little throne thingy in the corner. The ones that follow me on Twitter or that are on the Discord will know that I'm on a bit of a situation. Hopefully it won't get too bad. But I'd rather take preventive measures because it's gonna be hard. I'll most likely be short on the money end, so yeah. Hopefully it won't for long, but we shall see how things goes. But anyway, on to more fun topics. Being dragged along on a trip without money too relatable. I blame Paradeus for inflation. Real and true. Yeah, everything's expensive. The only positive right now is that I guess I'm using less gas since I only need to drive myself to work. But that doesn't help much with all the other bills. The silver linings, exactly. German sad noises. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. For those that have no clue what I'm talking about, my sister is out of a job. She finally quit her job because it was too... it was bad. That's not a great place. It wasn't like bad, but it was like bad and miserable. And she finally couldn't take it anymore. Like the hit on her mental health was really bad. Bad on a first world country basis. Yeah, exactly. Like you know, the two jobs I've been in, they've been mostly okay with me just taking sick days and, you know, worrying that about me taking my vacation time or whatever. In general, not being too annoying. The place I'm at now is just completely against overtime. Like it's like 15 minutes before closing and they start like kicking me out if I'm not out already. But she had like a lot of weird scale changes. She had like forced overtime. And in general, they will give her like a lot of the heavy work. Forced overtime is met. Yeah. I like imagine having forced overtime. And they will pull really weird bullshit. I always was like, that is kind of weird and sounds kind of not okay, you know? My work has 4 60-hour work weeks, all of December in backbreaking labor. I got a doctor's note to get out of it, but used to use all my sick time before that got approved. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds kind of similar to what my sister goes through. You know what I hate about overtime? That is used forcibly. No, in here, like my sister at her job, she had something like called like forced overtime. Like she had to pick a day for forced overtime. As in like, okay, you pick a day and in this day we will give you overtime. And I'm like, what? Okay, I guess. And like sometimes because there's night shift there are like 1 or 2 times she was called for like the night shift. One time she was called like they gave her the forced overtime at like from 2 it was something like from 2 to 5 a.m. or something like that. And then they expect her to work the next day at like 7. 7 or 8. That left me like, what? What industry? It was a clinical lab. That's fact. Yeah, now that I found really fact. I was like, how are they making you go at like 2 a.m. to work like 3 or 4 hours, and then they expect you to do 8 hours of work on top of that, with only like 2 or so hours of rest in between. I'm like, huh? I don't think that's how things should work. Because yeah, it was a full 8-hour day afterwards. She was working on oil rig for real. And they will do this weird thing also in which, for example, if she had to work 5 days a week. So, you know, if she asked, because she worked, normally she worked Friday to Tuesday, and she will have Wednesday and Thursday off. And if she wanted to have like weekend off, whether it be because she was taking vacation or something, you know, she will have to switch her days. But that will mean that the week before having that free weekend, you know, she will work from Friday to Friday. Also, she could get like Saturday and Sunday free. And I'm like, at that point, like, What's the point of getting a free weekend after they make you work Friday to Friday? But yeah, so I am glad that she's out because it was weighing down on her health. Making like rookie numbers real. And like they will give you timeouts for like missing too many days. So if you were sick too many days or in pain because of all the heavy work they made you do, then there will be like oh you missed too many days. And then they'll give you a timeout. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? School? What do you mean they're fucking suspending you for 3 days? They banned you from the server. Yeah, basically. I wish I got suspended for that. That's more time to heal. Yeah, no, my sister always was like, oh no, I am suspended. I'm gonna use this time to reflect on my actions. But it's so funny to me, like, imagine being suspended from work for missing work. It's like, what? I will reflect on how I shouldn't be sick, exactly. This sounds like one of those places that's gonna be in the headlines for Karoshi in a few years. I don't think so, because they have... I mean, people keep going in and out for a reason. But yeah, so I am glad that she's out. But yes, I put in the Discord where I had like all this trip planned. My parents already paid for everything, so we can't really cancel on them. Because I was thinking of doing that. I was thinking like, oh, maybe you can go, you know, relax since you clearly need it, and I'll just stay here. Keep working. And they should reminded me that, no, because not only had our parents already paid for the tickets, they also paid for a lot of tours and stuff that we want to do already. So I'm like, oh, all right then. But I only have like, sometimes they'd be like that, yeah. And I only have like 8 days of like paid vacation. Everything else gonna be unpaid, which is gonna be like half of January. So, you know, that's what January worries me. And then there's tax season and all that, so yeah. Hey, Aunt. I'm doing fine other than the monetary issues, but should be fine. But yeah, that's that's why I turned towards asking for money, even though I don't like it, but gotta survive in these trying times. But anyway, moving on to 4 whole weeks of yearly paid vacation. Damn, that's great. Yeah, gotta make ends meet. At least you didn't spend money on laptops and came out normal. That also happens sometimes. It doesn't help that I'm still paying like my credit card debt. I have a big credit card debt out of a mix of, you know how you make like, you know, you're like good with money, so you're like, I'm gonna make a bad monetary decision because, you know, I'll be able to pay it afterward anyway. But then after doing that, you actually get hit by by a lot of expenses, but a lot of surprise expenses, and you're like, whoops. Basically, that's my situation right now. But yeah, that was basically just to tell you guys thank you. thank you so much for all the help. I asked my dad if I could get a loan from my bank, and he started at me sternly, shook his head. I can't even get a loan from my bank. That's how bad my credit score is. They won't lend me money. I'm broke with deadless. That is good. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for all the help. I might continue needing it, hopefully not for long, but thank you. But now let's move on onto gaming. That's what we're here for. I just opened Steam. I see they have a Steam replay. Wanna see what it is, even though I barely play on computer. Yeah, support for my war funds. 17 games played, 150 achievements unlocked. Yep, it's all gachas, used as expected. Cheers, Frontline 2, Exilium, 31% of playtime. Oh, Musume Pretty Derby, 20% of playtime. Reverse 1999, 17% of playtime. You are what you play. Turn-based tactics, anime, relaxing. Okay. You played on a Steam Deck! Yeah, I have played a bit on a Steam Deck. Mostly Wamusume, apparently. That's what I bought my Steam Deck for. Imagine people who play Genshin. Damn! Yeah, it's all mostly gachas, to no more surprise. Since I don't really use my computer too much. Let me share the You Are What You Play, because my friends were sharing that. Basically, I play gachas here, but under clients. Oh yeah, like if you play on the client. It's funny whenever you guys donate, because PayPal always doxes you guys, and I just close my eyes. I'm like, I pretend I do not see. Dum, dum, dum. I thought I set up my business account to not do that. Yeah, I don't know why. I think Stream Elements does that. And I'm just like, I close my eyes. I do not see. I do not see. I don't know any of these names. I don't know any of these people. Hey, cat. Doxus. Opening the game. Let me see, I actually want to double check. I'm like, I was hit by the random paranoid feeling of like, wait, is the event actually still on? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, it ends tomorrow at it's at 7 p.m. here, but I'm not sure that is my time. Let me do the supply stage here. And when does part 2 open? Where is it? Opens in 1 day, 12 hours. Okay. Okay. But yeah, wow. Are we ready? Actually, before doing that, I forgot to send my links to the other servers. I usually do that during the waiting screen, but as I said, I was hit by the random paranoia of, wait, is the event actually still on? I want to check first. Alrighty. Let's go! No time to lose. We got much to go through. But as always, let's start with an endless run. Sorry, this game is just too fun for me. And maybe we'll give some more extra time for people to arrive, you know? Since this is an unlikely Gears Frontline stream time from me. Look at me go. I feel extremely locked in. Is it because it's a work day and I took my meds? Nyam. Ah, fuck. I think that was a new high score for me, so you know. 3rd place between my friends. I take it. How's my guy have almost 12k points? Oh yeah. Bless all. Oh, I haven't done this thing. Alright. Someday I'll complete those things, but today is not that day. I felt like I forgot to do that stupid glitter boss. I guess I hate Grossa now. It do me like that. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Free. Always remember to grab your free stuff, guys. You can get pools. Just emptying the store. Because I can. Am I missing anything? No. No. Okay, let's go then. Let's also buy out the store here. $6k pieces and 9 tickets. That's not bad. I got how much did I got for raw? Yeah, that 14k and 36 tickets. All right. 21 hours and 46 minutes. Let's go. We only had 5 nodes to go. Hopefully they won't take forever, so I can also do the other stages and complete the thing before going to bed. But we shall see. I had a lot of trouble reading this event. Oh my god, thank you for the subscription. Pretty sure someone gifted those. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't see who it was, but oh, Sunny, thank you. Oh yeah, on that note, it's okay. Going back to the money thing a little. Anything helps, because I mean I do get my Twitch payments and YouTube payments monthly, so anything helps, please. I'm poor, I'm sick, I'm hungry. Do you guys remember that lady from Assassin's Creed 1? That's me right now. But yeah, I had a hard time running this event because it is interesting. You know, like it is very much Mika with like the politics and the conspiracies and whatnot. But it kind of feels, at least so far in what I've read, it kind of feels like they try to fit a major event into a character event. So like a lot of the scenes are just cut short or like written very quickly. So it has not really been like super engaging for my brain to read. They just kind of jump from scene to scene, or like they use the weird skips. Like they're not taking their time to like build the scenes or like build ups. And there's no cinematics. So it does feel kind of weird, you know, especially coming from Deep Oblivion. Like I read the entire first part of Deep Oblivion and then I get in here and it's like, oh well, things are surely happening. Like that whole thing with Bluesphere, that was like Bluesphere showing up at the Barjigger camp out of fucking nowhere. And she was like, oh, she's here. Oh, she's fighting. She goes into the warehouse. She steps onto a landmine that was there for some reason. Everything catches flames. The guys keep shooting. But she walks out of the fire, disintegrates the warehouse, and leaves. And it was like, okay. Didn't even show her sprite, I think. That whole thing I still remember, like, she steps into a landmine. They burn her with bullets, but she walks out. She disintegrates the warehouse and leaves. And I was like, what? Steps on landmine, blows up, leaves, refuses to lower it. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, that surely was a scene that was written. Let me quickly check on something. Why do I have so many notifications? On Discord. Mika writing can be Mika coded sometimes. Yeah, that's why I say it feels like they try to fit a major event into a character event. And, you know, it's like It has a very, it has, you know, it does have interesting plot happening because, you know, it does continue from the main story. But it's written like very quickly. It's like they had like the drafts for the scenes. You know, like the skeleton for the scenes, for some of the scenes. And we're like, okay, we're gonna, this one's gonna happen. We're gonna make it pretty later. But they never go back and make it pretty. So things just sort of happen. But anyway, let's continue. Moment of intersection. A shared aim allows the briefly separated group to reunite. But yeah, they're lucky that I love Lena. Otherwise I will be so bored, probably. It's like, okay, sure. Things are going on. Okay, I PCU. Yeah, only like 20 hours left. PCU, you have not missed anything. Because honestly, we just jump into the story. I was yapping. I yapped way too much. I didn't want to, but at least we're here. Now we're starting. You're mistaken. I believe in Paradeus' God. Please accept me as a follower. I shall praise the God's presence. Oh yeah, this brat had shown up. Oh? Thank you for the hydrate. If you're a follower, oh my God, prove your faith before me. The knitter lifts a collapsed crystal into the air before crushing it. The crystals on Isa's body grow and spread once again. This time, her movements have slowed down. Collapsed crystals pierce through Isa's legs. Her eyes have already turned blood red as she gurgles out a roar. Come down, Isa! What the hell did you do? The time has come for God to select a new servant. Okay. Since some other streamers who stream this 2 tend to have a bad habit of putting off the story right until near when it's time over. Yeah, I try to avoid that from happening, but between Deep Oblivion and this, and the fact that as I was saying, mostly the fact that I had a hard time reading this event in particular. Now I'm here, rushing in the last day. But we'll get there, we only have 5 notes to go. We can do this. Since you're willing to give your all to Paradeus, then prove yourself with everything you've got. Your final event's going to be a long read soon. It's not the fact that it's a long read, at least for me, this event. It's just that, as I was just saying, it really feels like a lot of the scenes and things were kind of drafted, and they never went back to like make them pretty. So it's like, you know, it is an interesting plot story because it follows from the main story, but it hasn't really been as engaging to read as Deep Oblivion was. Lena looks back. Sounds of thrashing come from the once quiet biopod. The human inside. No, something like that can no longer be considered human. The Budium crashes through the glass and attacks its surroundings wildly. The knitter lifts her hand to attack the rampaging Budium. It tries to attack Lena and the knitter, but fails. Cringing from the pain, the Budium turns around and sprints out of the area. A defective product unable to heed God's providence should be destroyed. You too seem to still have a grip on your sanity. Let's try again. Please stop. If you increase the radiation levels again, all the organisms in the space will quickly develop severe eyelid symptoms and turn into elites or budiums. Creatures who are unable to heed God's providence do not need to exist. I believe that I am of some value at least. Why are you here? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Why are you here? I am no longer able to simply stay put and watch your patients head to this place, which I know nothing about. If I'm here, I can at least try to take care of them. You're just a single doctor, one of millions around the world. Please leave. I will cure her. It is not your organization's goal to help these patients live on. Such a task is impossible with your power alone. The struggles of mortals are akin to the feeble efforts of ants. Leave. I will cure her myself. I'll take care of this. How? She's kind of a badass though, but like how? Here the event. Oh yeah, Corposant is long. Yeah, I've heard also that it's longer than Singularity. But you know, I've read just Frontline 1 events on a stream, so it's not a. I'm not really worried about that. Mika wants to produce a high quality story but lacks the resources or scale to develop it. No, not really. Like it is mostly the rewrites they've had and things, but that has really nothing to do with them whether or not they have the resources. Because I mean, they did have a high quality story on Girls Running 1. And Girls Running 1 was made with like $5 and a lollipop. So, you know. So it's not really a thing of resources. It's really... They had a lot of issues with the beginning of Girls Running 2. I guess maybe some mismanagement. Like they had issues with the writers. They had to change writer teams in between. They had the stupid CN drama that made them rewrite Diane's story. But writing Diane's story meant also they're writing like other 5 stories that were connected to Hero's story. Then the writing teams of Girls Running 1 and Girls Running 2 had some beef or something. So they ended up changing the writing team. They called back some writers from Girls Running 1. And that's how we ended with character events that are relevant to the main plot. Which is also why we didn't have the events voiced on time, a lot of them. And yeah, it did take them like 6 months to start coming out of that, and then like another half a year to actually get back on track with like Deep Oblivion and Corposant, which is what where we're getting now. They might have been stretched thin with multiple projects at a time. I mean, they straight up just abandoned Neurocloud. Neurocloud is not dead, but it's pretty much dead in the water. And now they're trying to bring it back with a collab. But The way that it was just sort of abandoned tells me that, yeah, they might have been stretched too thin. Yeah, the story ended, but I mean, not really. I still need to read the ending. I haven't gotten back to that. Never Cloud story was pretty good. Never story was pretty good. I just haven't gone back to it because the fact that Never Cloud allows you to read the events right after they finish made it so I complete them and leave them aside to read when I don't have like other girlfriend stuff to read. So I haven't been able to get back to it. But yeah, they released like the end. Then it just kind of died. Like there's been like no updates or like characters or stuff. I don't think we ever got all the characters in global. So I'm like, okay, yeah, clearly they turned everything onto Girls Frontline 2. As I said, Deep Oblivion has been great, but I can tell that the Lena event also suffers from the rewrites because it's not that great. Deep Oblivion is better. But Corposant is coming. And then we'll be back for real. Many people see Chiefs and just dismiss them immediately. It is true. But yeah, like a few chapters, some of the events, like the Nikkei event was great, the Lind event was great. Deep Oblivion, the latest chapters, those were kind of the return to form, at least when it comes to writing. And by the time Corposant hits, as from what I've heard, we're going back to cinematics and we're going back to credit songs and things. So excited for that. But anyway, let's continue with this. The Niter turns to leave, but before she does, she gives Lena and Orphea a stare and mutters something about God's mercy. Orphea walks up to Isa, who has already turned into an elite. She opens her pendant, causing gentle music to be played, and calms Isa down. Oh, there's her pendant, okay.
Isa-san, もう大丈夫。あなたは今、船に乗っているの。
Isa, look at me. Relax and imagine that you are on a boat, floating gently with the waves. But didn't she turn? The waves softly lift you up, and all your pain is washed away with the ebbing tide. This one has a lure of collecting humanized versions of IRL guns. They move, as Irma says, they move away from that a while ago. I think it's working. How does this even work? She's cute in the poncho, yeah. Use some hypnotic tricks. You have to leave fast. The collapse radiation levels are too high here, so I can't stay for long. Dr. Orphea, why are you here? Nevercloud did have a draw, but I think it was mostly for people that were already engaged in the story. They didn't really market it that well to get like newcomers. Which is why also which is I presume why they're going wild with Gears Frontline 2 marketing now. Biggest marketing was Old Seed and a couple ENB tubers. Yeah. But like, you know, it had interesting characters. But I feel like for Nevercloud, I really feel that you already had to be kind of hooked with the premise of Girls Frontline to have even like a regular interest in Nevercloud. And I feel like, I mean, I like Nevercloud and I love the story. I love the characters. But I feel like it didn't really have like a big appeal for new people. Not like with Girls Frontline 2, they kind of went all out. And they made it so, you know, it's far enough from the first game that you can still get new players in. And, you know, they already had their gimmick of girls with guns, which they focus on, even though not all of them use guns now. We have melee units. You know how that Nevercloud was running alongside the big three of gacha when they were at their peak? Yeah, no, exactly. It just faded out really quickly. What drawn me was my friend gushing about it, so when it took him out, it downloaded and been locked in since. Yeah, no, me too. Like, I never started Gears Frontline for the guns. It was honestly because someone told me they're androids. And, you know, and they go through this whole thing of like, if we're meant to be just weapons, why do we have emotions and things? And I was like, say less. And I started playing. Like, I was never in it for the guns. Like, the guns is the less of my interests. Dr. Orphea, why are you here? Isa came here because a past patient of mine enticed her to. I've seen many patients with severe radiation sickness. Their only wish is to survive. With that in mind, it's simply not within my power to stop them from joining Paradeus. The newbie community, those that came from other games like Nick, are actually delving more into the game pacifier service. When it comes to marketing, you need a draw. Nick's biggest draw, the fan savers are butt jiggles. Yeah, and I've actually heard the Nick story. Yeah, I've actually heard that the story is actually great. And I think that Gears Frontline 2 followed a similar approach with all, you know, all the marketing, like all the people making the feed tweets viral and all that. And I remember people that, you know, started playing it because of the dorm stuff that they showed, that they advert. And then they actually started playing it, and people were like, wait, shit, this stuff actually has a story. Like, wow. Like, I still remember people being like, oh, hey, it has a story. And like, wow, the characters are like pretty good. And then we took forever to get to live. But anyway, we're back. We're so back now. Well, maybe not with the Lena event, but Deep Oblivion has been peak. I can only watch them descend slowly into the abyss, step by step. This isn't your fault, Dr. Orphea. If we listen to the rumors, Paradeus does seem like they're able to help these patients. That is why I'm here. I can't save everyone, but but it can save some of them, like what I just did. Oracle got the glue for sure, but they don't have the drawer debate to attract new players. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they started releasing some more risky skins, but I was very late into the game life. But like, if you actually bother to try Neurocloud and start reading the story, it is so good. It's so good.
You shouldn't be here even if that's the case. It's so dangerous. The collapse radiation levels here are so high that if you don't do anything to protect yourself, you'll get radiation sickness really soon.
Yeah, she kinda said that already. I'm going to sacrifice my life if a cure for radiation sickness is found.
Lena,
Do you know what it means to find a complete cure for this radiation sickness?
it means that humankind will no longer suffer from this threat.
That's not the only payoff. Residents of the Yellow Zone will no longer have to sacrifice everything for a vaccine. People no longer have to bankrupt themselves just to scramble for a spot in the Green Zone. Medical corporations will no longer be able to wring ordinary people dry with exorbitant healthcare costs. This world will change into something completely different. This OST is so good. We're so back! They will complain about Gunnar skins when you can have both Gunnar and not Gunnar skins. Cake for everyone. I mean, yeah, like, I don't like Gunnar skins. So I just don't buy them. Or don't use them if they're free. You know, it's that easy.
But we can't rely on Paradeus to do this. Besides, from what I know about them, saving regular folk was never Paradeus' goal.
What they think is of no relevance to me. I don't use Kulgas Evangelion Studio skin. Yeah. Funnily enough, I do like that skin in Frontline 1. But the fact that they made the ass part transparent, I don't like it anymore. So I use the other one. I bought the other one with the cat ears. It would be awesome if Mega brings Frontline 1 Legacy skins. I mean, they've been doing that. There's the Kluke skin, there's the Vector skin, there's the Grossa skin, there's the Leva skin. The Frontline default look? Oh, the default look. Well, you can sort of get the default look with vectors, and I think that's it. What they think is of no relevance to me. I just have to find a method by which their god helps his patients. God does not exist. Man must craft with their own hands the key to a better world. Yeah, that's a good line.
I don't believe in Paradeus' so-called god either. They're conducting research on fully immune individuals.
Fully immune individuals?
Yeah, they are fully immune to the effects of radiation.
Lena, I have never seen a fully immune individual in all the years of my medical work. We have one on the Elmo, kind of, but not really. All living organisms are affected by collapse radiation, just that different organisms will have different levels of resistance, one factor being how strong a human's willpower is. I once did a comparative experiment where I gave patients some nutrient solution and told them that it was an anti-radiation medication. The result was that those who believed me really got better at resisting collapse radiation. Oh yeah, I want that Lena skin also.
After that, I obtained one of those Paradeus drugs from a patient and discovered an unknown ingredient within. The drug that Paradeus provides always contains a special ingredient. It seems to keep their followers safe. A special ingredient? Correct. I managed to identify most of the ingredients via reverse engineering. Just a little more left to figure out. What do you need to do to identify the special ingredient? I'll eventually manage to do that. I have time, Lena. Take Isa and leave this place. She's in a terrible condition, so she can't stay here any longer. What about you, Dr. Orphea? I'll stay here to help my patients.
Oh, we're definitely getting sub at some point. They're just... I know they're gonna take a break from bringing too many Girls Frontline 1 units. Because people were complaining about not getting enough new characters. And, you know, everyone noticed how Mika was really playing on the nostalgia factor. They were really abusing the nostalgia factor to keep people around while they fix themselves. But so now they said they're gonna start bringing more new characters.
I'll stay here to help my patients until I discover the ingredient that will save us all. I must leave with both of you.
I don't care, give me IDW. Daddy has to get in at some point.
Leaving you here will expose you to an increased risk of contracting ALIR.
And yes, she should be a standard. You know, we need to go back to our roots.
The commander has already destroyed Paradeus once. I don't believe that this place holds anything of value.
We gotta find the cure to...
Sorry, I choose to believe in the commander. Dr. Orphea, I will leave you in this dangerous place no matter what you say. The commander... Are you referring to your trusted companion? Whatever the commander does, she backs it up with good reason. Vector's team is on standby at the coordinates. The commander's new mission for us is to ensure the complete destruction of this Paradeus base, to prevent more people from becoming their test subjects. I'll make sure it's done. Time for us to go, Dr. Orphea, but let's make some chaos before we leave.
Hey yo, this music! Doom, doom, doom! The Doctor's design is so good. At the same time, in the Black Hawk helicopter.
One mission ends and another starts. When are we going to have time to relax? Lena's on an infiltration mission by herself. She needs your help. I hope we can make it in time. Don't worry. When it comes to communicating with humans, Lena is probably better at it than anyone. If Kukai had to do some infiltration mission or whatever, she'd probably kill anyone she dislikes. As if you will be able to do that on your own. Fine, fine. Communicating with humans is the most troublesome for us to deal with. Missions like these are much easier. Are we there yet? We can't lose to Lena when she starts showing off in battle. Let me just tell you in advance that I have no intention of showing off. The commander already said that our mission is to assist Vector's team in extracting Lena and the doctor she mentioned from the base. Bum bum bum. No slacking. Don't forget that one of our mission objectives is to destroy the Paradeus base. That mission is assigned to Vector's team. We're just here to help them out a little. We're approaching our destination. Searching for a landing site now. Seems to me that there aren't any reliable looking landing sites. Lower our altitude and prepare for descent. We will engage the enemy in 3 minutes. Complete all your preparations. At this altitude? Right now? Get on the bike, now. Don't tell me that you're going to ride your bike out of... Hold on tight.
For ready to race hell yeah. The Black Hawk forcibly lowers its altitude. Its engine roar fills the entire Paradeus base. Vector's team has already charged into the Paradeus base and engaged elites in combat using the coordinates Lena provided. Boojums are aplenty, while numerous elite infectees turn into elites with every passing second. Our sounding rumble can be heard from the ceiling of the Paradeus base. The next moment, it is completely gone. Clucket descends from the sky on her bike. Her gunfire is accompanied by the roar of her engine. You know, like that feel that they would have made cutscenes if they had the time.
This is it, everyone, prepare for battle. Pay attention to Lena's location and meet up with her ASAP. What are you doing? I wasn't napping this time. Lay down more suppressive fire. No slacking. This is Lena. I'll meet up with you ASAP. Over.
Yeah, we've had it easy so far. Other than the Styrian dolls. Paradeus has been sort of whatever so far. But oh, I just had to kill those two guys? Okay.
You who are not favored by God, you have no right to receive divine gifts. Sorry, I'm not interested in your God. Before you go preaching the existence of your God, please repent for those patients who lost their lives because they believed in you. Darkness approaches. You have nowhere left to run. Lena, the enemy is gathering at your destination. Our teams will rendezvous with you in 60 seconds. Got it! I'll be there. Sink into silence. 2, 1. Push!
Lena reaches her destination after following Liva's instructions. The dark tunnel looks like a dead end.
The Niter and her forces approach, trying to seal off Lena's retreat route. The ground next to them explodes the very next second. They are assaulted by a hail of gunfire. 30% of the enemy forces have been eliminated. Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Were we late? Not at all. You came just at the right time. We'll take care of things here. You should withdraw ASAP. I'll leave it to you guys then. Prepare for exfil. We can't completely destroy this Paradeo space with just our little squad alone.
Weldro looks so good. I will keep saying it.
You'll have to call for support. I can do it. We shouldn't risk damaging our frames just to complete a mission. Collapse radiation levels here are extremely high, just like the place we first stopped at for our mission. It technically hasn't reached red zone levels yet, but it's still really dangerous for us. I knew that you prioritized the condition of our frames, Warbred. We'll probably be fine if we just do things quickly and leave, right? The commission rates for 404 aren't so high that we can easily cover 4 frame replacements. Besides, we aren't even requesting any payment for this mission. This is a mission from the commander. Which is why we're giving her special treatment. The need to protect our frames does not clash with our need to complete the mission. Calculating our team's return on investment, ensuring that all of us are kept safe, it's all part of my job scope. Don't worry, Wildred. We promise to take care of ourselves. I'll attract the enemy's attention. You guys flank them. Be quick.
I like how 404 Vs implied to have coordination issues in Vector's event, but at Shigeka's behest, they all locked the fuck in. Hell yeah! Lena quickly leads her group back to the Black Hawk with support from Vector's team. As the helicopter gains altitude and leaves the scene, Vector's team disengages from battle and leaves the Paradeus base.
Kluge has already met with the commander, so there should be some wiggle room in the agreement for us to do something as well. Does that mean we could just visit her any time, just like Kluge and the others? What's up, baby? The opportunity to do so will come. Vector, how's your progress? We successfully retreated. You can begin your attack at any time. Andoris, do it.
Several missiles leave the Blackhawk's missile pods. The Paradeus base... it's gone, I guess. They're not letting me read! Alright, only 4 to go. That took me way too long, but... Weldro's design is something. It's so good.
What? What do you want? What do you want?
for just a second. Gonna go get some water. 404B in general have fantastic designs, they do. It's hot, that's what it is. You're so real. It's so true. Actually, give me a few. I'm gonna feed my cats, otherwise they won't leave me alone. Alright, cats have been fed. I can return. It's not like it takes me too long to feed them, it's just that I need to watch them. Let's go! Underground deal. With justice in your heart, turn your back on the light, for sharp claws are bare in the shadows. Whoa! Okay. What are we dealing with here? Oh, we're the Elmo.
This is Isa, and this is Dr. Orphea.
Didn't... How did Isa turn, like, completely?
Dr. Orphea's hospital has been treating severe alien infectees for a long time. It was with her help in the Paradeo space that Isa could be saved in time.
Oh, I guess she didn't get torn completely. Thanks, Commander. I stare at the calm and composed doctor before me. Her gentle demeanor, judging solely by her appearance, suggests she's an empathic humanitarian who saves patients and detests the corrupt. However, those able to stay in Paradeus cannot be completely clean. Unlike Lena, who trusts this doctor, I hold only apprehension towards Paradeus. It is true. She was like, I'm willing to stay here and learn. And Lena basically had to drag her out.
Greetings. I've heard about you from Lena. Nice to meet you.
Let's dispense with the formalities. Is the FIA Pharmaceutical Factory a subsidiary under your control?
Sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
Do you just have to answer yes or no? Oh, I still had the echo on. Whoops! Before the commander even finishes speaking, Gross and the other dolls next to Orphea have already raised their weapons, ready for action. That is not a natural reaction. Okay, sure.
Commander, we've never met each other before. I don't think there's any need to welcome me with such a grand display.
I'll answer your questions. Please put down your weapons. Who the hell are all of you? What do you want? Let us go.
There must be some kind of misunderstanding. Isa, please come down for now. The doctor just treated you, so you shouldn't do anything to aggravate your symptoms.
Lena's right. Your body's still volatile, Isa. Don't get angry.
Come here, Lena. Don't forget that the woman there can't even be considered human anymore.
Lena turns to look at Isa, who is wheezing. She manages one step away from Isa before she hears the latter start mumbling.
Don't leave me.
Orphea walks over to the curled up body of Isa and starts gently patting her on the back.
She's not going anywhere, Isa. Relax, Sue.
I love that they just say that in English.
Isa nearly morphed into an inhuman shape back on the helicopter. But Dr. Orphea managed to bring her back from the brink.
That's the problem. The production of illegal vaccines requires raw materials and technical expertise. Few in the Yellow Zones possess such skill and knowledge. With that established, a doctor who can treat elite this severe is practically unheard of.
Thank you for the praise.
調査の結果
From the data we've gathered through investigation, your vaccines contain active ingredients that are far better at curing patients than regular vaccines.
正規のワクチンを上回るほどの効果を見せている。
イエローエリアの医師が効果的な薬を開発できないなんて
No one has put out regulations stating that yellow zone doctors are allowed to develop vaccines better than green zone vaccines, I believe.
あなたがごく普通の医者ならば
I might have believed you if you were just a normal doctor with no connections to Paradeus.
まだ信じられたかもしれない。だがこちらにはあなた
But I have sufficient evidence to suspect that the vaccines you provide to patients contain unknown ingredients connected to Paradeus.
パラデウス由来の謎の成分を混入させたという
Her hair is very red girl coded. It is.
証拠が
それでその証拠は
And where's this evidence of yours?
レナが隠しておいたパラデウスの薬には
The Paradeus drug that Elena hid back at the gathering spot contained trace amounts of an unknown ingredient. But the same ingredient was also detected in both the vaccines you give to patients and the drugs that Paradeus provides.
同じ成分が検出されている。
Uh-huh.
How is that possible?
どういうこと？先生
The doctor may be part of Paradeus, but she's there because she wants to save people.
ダメでなさい
Sorry. Lena now looks at Orphea with a bit more suspicion. She has heard Orphea speaking about her dreams before, and she conveyed it all to the commander. They both yearn to save the world and its people. The similarities between the commander and Orphea have made Lena subconsciously choose to believe in Orphea's words. But now, with the commander speaking to Orphea in such an icy tone, Lena could almost believe that Orphea might not be as innocent and friendly as she thought.
薬の成分を調べたんならどこで作られたかに関わらずそれが放射線
Since you've already checked the composition of both the vaccine and the drug, then you should have realized that the provider of the ingredient doesn't matter, as they are both medications capable of treating elite patients with severe symptoms.
工場から薬の成分まで
All this focus from the factory to the drugs.
よく調べ上げたわね
You seem to be highly curious about everything connected to me.
なのかしら
バリア軍が薬の原材料を奪い続けて
If the bargers can dedicate so much time to stealing raw materials on a regular basis, they must have a buyer for them.
そのものは
And not only is this buyer able to produce vaccines using those materials, they also manage to drive the bargers towards rampant, uncontrolled robbery by buying raw materials at a high price from the black market.
直接手を下してはいないけど
You have never dirtied your own hands, but you push for all this to happen through your dealings with underground brokers.
張本人よ財団の手段
Such methods
とよく似てる
remind me heavily of the conglomerate's methods.
財団ですって今のは聞き捨てならないわね
Damn, the drop on her voice.
The conglomerate's methods? Sorry for saying this, but that comment disgusts me.
医薬品の価格が高騰し始め
Vaccine prices skyrocketed before I started buying large amounts of raw pharmaceutical materials.
バリアーグは私の依頼を
The bargers are willing to take on my missions because, unlike raw materials, vaccine shipments are escorted by Mangi security, which they cannot win.
正面から挑めば劣勢を強いられるのは確実だものバリアーグは金を稼
They want to make money, and I want raw materials to make vaccines.
ぐが欲しい
We're just using each other.
利害が一致したまでよだけどどうしてそんな
Why do you have to do this?
人々を救うためよ
Because I want to save people.
今やイエローエリア
People in the yellow zones cannot afford vaccines with the current sky-high prices. I can't just sit and watch as my patients slowly die while begging for my help.
私には
Only vaccines can save them.
自分で薬を作って彼らを助けるしかなかったの原材料が奪われた
They lost some raw materials.
薬を開発して
A small loss of this extent is no big deal for any corporation in the vaccine industry.
今はどこだ
Besides, most large corporations have insurance for this kind of thing.
何それそんなの間違ってるよ
No, this isn't right at all.
バリアーグが強奪
Allowing the bargers to conduct widespread robberies will only make the lives of Yellowstone residents more difficult.
バタフライエフェクトという言葉はご存知
So the butterflies stir up a storm.
けど
But how could I have known what this storm will ultimately become?
なんてジョーにはわからない
By thinking and planning ahead, maybe, perhaps? You're saying.
あなたも
You've taken part in Paradeus experiments too.
レナさんもあなたもパラデウスを随分
It seems to me that you and Lena are full of hate towards Paradeus.
You could say that. We do have some history.
私にしてみればあれはみんなを救う希
To me, Paradeus is a place where I can fulfill my wish to save everyone.
彼らと協力すれば
I will continue to collaborate with them until I find a complete cure for Elid.
Oh well, we have to kill you now.
協力ですって。
Collaborate?
そんなものは協力なんかじゃない。
That is no collaboration.
さらに
You are complicit in a scheme that helps drag more people into the abyss.
Orphea's cause is novel, but the path she's going down is paved with thousands of corpses. Yeah. It's like they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
It's been so many years, but Paradeus is still around. The doctor does not seem to know about Paradeus' true plans. Relics. Fully immune individuals. Their existence bestows Paradeus a chance at grasping absolute power. Even the military is still infested with a significant faction that attempts to gain power and control through collaborative partnership with Paradeus.
パラデウスはあなたのような存在を通じてまるで雑草のように
Paradeus is able to infest and spread like wild grass precisely because of intermediaries and channels like you.
When they're running two players, running two only players will find Shiga's take on this too harsh. Unless they haven't read any of the chapters. Yeah, because we already been shown a bit of what Paradeus does. I don't think it has gotten so bad as Girlfriend 1 yet. Well, you know, we did go to the underground thingy. So it's like, yeah, they should know.
I have destroyed Paradeus once. I'll do it again.
Wow.
Isaac has lost her grip on reality, now unable to determine friend from foe. She seems more like a Budium that destroys all rather than a regular elite. The Elmo, still on the move, suddenly suffers an impact. Isa takes this opportunity to grab Dr. Orphea and Lena before running away. Commander, we are surrounded by elites attacking the Elmo. Prepare for battle.
Oops, I moved the map. But yeah, I'm like, if they've read... no, come back here, Lena. If they read the chapters, they should know, you know. They might argue that I haven't... Since I said, I don't think we've seen the whole child experimentation angle of Paradeus in Frontline 2 yet. Or killing people and creating clones. But I mean, we've seen enough bad. No, what do you mean you can't reach? Oh, there we go. I forgot she teleports. forgot she straight up teleports. Okay, like, yeah, Frontline. I feel like Frontline 2 players should know enough to understand why the hate for Paradeus. But, you know, like, I also haven't, I don't remember all the details of what we're saying, but I think a lot of it has been mixed also with the GR group. So, you know, I also will understand if some of them are like, but, you know, we could investigate what they're doing. While Guest Frontline 1 vets are more familiarized with the horrors. And it's like, no, trust me, you do not want. I feel like Guest Frontline 2 only players are probably still in the early stages of when Paradeus shows up in Guest Frontline 1. You know, they're just starting to learn. They're starting to see the horrors. Well, veterans were like, as soon as the name popped up, everyone was like, yeah! Were flashbacks.
Orphea, what do you really want? Do you already know that Isa will become like this?
The legacy imprint on the side of the feet will never go away. Real.
Since your commander is interested in the Fia pharmaceutical factory, then let her meet me there. My production line is there. If she is willing to collaborate with me, I'm willing to give her most of my profits.
I don't really care about your profits, bro.
Collaborate? Yes, I've always been making illegal vaccines, but buying raw materials from official channels was extremely costly. Whenever I sold them to my patients, I was always making a loss. In order to balance out my spending, I will make some vaccines of normal effectiveness and sell them to underground brokers. But overall, I've never sold vaccines at prices that could be considered high. If I wanted to be rich, I could just raise the prices, but that would result in more residents being unable to afford vaccines. There is a way to achieve profits without increasing vaccine prices, and that is through mass production. And that will require the backing of a powerful armed force. What do you think, Commander? Not interested. There is no need to rush your decision. I will be waiting for you to visit my factory in person. Other than my factory, I also have some lab reports from Paradeus, which you might be interested in. Internal lab reports from Paradeus? I'm interested in what she just said. We saw the biobots from Lena's pictures while we were clearing out the Paradeus base. If we could get our hands on the relevant lab reports, we might be able to uncover the secrets behind Helena and Melanie. A collaboration. I won't collaborate with her without a strong reason. I know your hate towards Paradeus, even though some of their followers are only there to ensure their survival. Yet, Despite an excuse, their actions still result in more and more people being dragged into the abyss.
メラニーが言っていたわ。
Melanie once mentioned that Paradeus is turning humans into Bujums through experimentation, then using them to take control of Bujums. Now, the intelligence that Lena gathers shows us that Paradeus is trading infectees and enticing doctors to join in order to collect large numbers of the infected for use in experiments. A drug that could completely cure and prevent Elid. If something like that appear in the yellow, green, and even white zones, countless forces will swarm toward that like ducks to water. A theory is taking form in the depths of my mind. If my guess is true, I'm afraid that the Paradeus of today has already taken root deep within the entire system like a tree of darkness, its fungus-like roots deep in numerous factions. Not again! Mangi security. The vaccine. Perhaps many will wish to conduct biological experiments of their own with Paradeus' help. Right. And Paradeus' elite treatment drugs will be enticing to them as well. Enticing. No matter which is the case, the benefits from partnering with Paradeus are enough to steer many factions into action. Paradeus could rise quickly with any sort of proper financial or political support. If the world is like this, destroying Paradeus bases will do nothing to stop them. Just how many factions concerned with Paradeus? High-level government officials, the conglomerates. Even without those troubles, am I, in my current state, still capable of completely destroying Paradeus again? We should talk to that doctor about the collaboration. Kovne? Kovne bites her lips, forcibly suppressing her hate towards Paradeus. Without enough intel, perhaps a short-term collaboration is a last resort, but one that she has to accept. We can only uncover the secrets behind Elena and Melanie's bodies if we gather enough intelligence. We'll also get to know which factions are collaborating with Paradeus. You don't have to force yourself, Kovne. We will eventually get the intel we need. There are numerous other ways through this. I will never collaborate with Paradeus, even if it's just to gather intel. Good. Hold strong to your beliefs. I hope they lean into more body horror type creatures. Yeah! We need more body horror. Like we were seeing in Reverse Collapse. Exactly. Some good stuff. Maybe, I don't know if it's because it's a gacha or something that they need to be more careful with that, because most of the quote-unquote body horror has been done on the dolls. Like the spider thing from the first part of Deep Oblivion. I will categorize that as body horror, except that it's mechanical, you know? So it kinda lessens the impact a little. Adjutant, we have successfully sold our batch of vaccines with the help of underground brokers. The raw materials, too, have found a buyer. Team Alpha is currently transporting them to their destination. Well done. We'll bring everyone together for a nice meal somewhere once the money is in. Go over to the management about the payments. They call us in for support, so there is no reason they should avoid paying our deployment fee. I think Lonnie is already suspecting us of selling that batch of vaccines. He flew into a rage. Conglomerate connected people like him put mission completion above all. He's the ultimate beneficiary of all missions, after all. Lonnie lost quite a large number of his subordinates during the recent mission. He'll probably put in a request to hire more people again. Me? I'll be putting in a request for a batch of those subordinates. Adjutant, haven't you always viewed those dolls as unreliable and untrustworthy? It's quite a surprise to hear that you're requesting to add dolls to a formation without anyone forcing you. Who knows if those dolls have back doors installed in them? I haven't forgotten what happened in the past, let me tell you that. Remind everyone early that dolls are just dolls. Just tools we use in our jobs. Tell them not to worry about getting replaced. I do not have plans to replace human subordinates with dolls. I guess, like, yeah, she was on Frankfurt. Or she was around those times. She was around when they said that there were quote-unquote dolls going rogue. And they were scanning like every single doll. Lentine opens up Mangi Security's database once Kenny leaves. A dense array of doll profiles are displayed before Lentine, each with different descriptions of their status. Lentine's fingertip traces the screen till she reaches a particular doll's profile. Ahaha! Ahaha! I knew it. The lullaby. The lullaby? The lullaby. Decade-old memories resurface within her mind. Lentine is reminded of the woman who left Griffin all those years ago. It's been a long time since she last saw her, yet one thing remains unchanged. She still possesses exceptional mastery over commanding dolls in combat. Her fingertip touches the screen. A particular doll, marked as abandoned within Mangi Securities. What a lovely time was that day in Frankfurt, right? Yeah, a lovely day in Frankfurt. Truly. Alright, only 3 more to go. Let's go, we can do this. Pathway to Dreams. Giving everything you have for what seems like a wondrous future. Wondrous. Elinda, prepare to transfer the drugs stored in the factory's underground level. They really are just Yifurian Liga. Incredible. Understood. How much should we transfer? All of it. The location of the base has been exposed. Use the underground passage and ensure that all the drugs are transferred to our backup safe house. What happened? First you snuck away. Now you want to transfer all of the factory's drugs away. And why is that doll taking my place by your side, sister? Oh, she still has the hood on. You mean Lena? Lady Isa invited her here. She's a necessary guest, as we will soon be welcoming more visitors. You wanted to discuss a collaboration with the commander. Did you tell Linda to hide the bargaining chips used for the deal? Well, I'm not as well armed as the commander you revere, after all. If she threatens to kill me, I'll have no way to resist if I didn't move the drugs away. Sister, don't do anything stupid. Go move the vaccines, Linda. If your commander agrees to work with me, these vaccines will be my first token of gratitude for the collaboration. Within the Almos ops room. Commander, we receive a comms request. So you've arrived, my guests. Why hesitate at the door? Who knows what kind of tricks you're planning for us? I believe that I'm supposed to be the one fearing for my safety. To ensure fairness at the negotiating table, I will invite you, Commander, as a sole guest. Please do not bring in anyone uninvited.
指揮官、私たち。
私だけで行くわ。
I'll meet you in person. After ending the call, the Elmo falls into silence for a while.
相手が一人で来いと言った
Commander, even if you agree to meet her alone, you don't really have to keep that promise.
あ、来るかい。指揮官が
Kokai must be planning to sneak in and follow the commander.
いいでしょう。まるで変だ。妙なこと言わないで。
Stop blabbering about weird things.
指揮官、私たちが外で待機して
We'll be on standby outside.
何かあれば
If anything seems wrong, don't hesitate to call us in.
それなら
Same here.
私も同行するわ。
I walk into the FIA pharmaceutical factory. The place is cleaner than I thought. A conveyor belt enters my view. It is working at full power, continuously producing drugs.
指揮官、工場を見学なさる。
Would you like a tour around the factory, Commander?
ここは主に全自動で生産
This factory utilizes machinery to achieve total automation.
空状態で
The drugs are produced in a fully enclosed environment throughout the whole manufacturing process. Where upon completion, the drugs are transported to an underground warehouse.
一般人やバリアグといった
Even if regular robbers or bodyguards happen to break in here,
いからは
they will face a stop production line and gain nothing.
つまり警備も
And unless absolutely necessary, you wouldn't even need to activate the factory security systems most of the time.
この辺りに住民はいないし
This factory is located far away from any Yellowstone settlements, and there aren't any basic amenities or shelters nearby, so people rarely venture into this region at all. It's safe enough.
生産ラインが全て稼働
If I operate this factory at full capacity, I will be producing enough vaccines to significantly impact vaccine prices in the Yellowstones.
あなたの目的は
What do you really
一
want?
体何なの？パラデウスとの協力は
You can collaborate with Paradeus and justify it with the excuse of vaccine development.
過ぎないんでしょ？
But if your illegal vaccine production lines attract attention, it will result in numerous factions showing up and plundering what you have.
強奪されるのは時間の問題よ。
ええ
Correct.
だからこそ生産
That is why I carefully tune the output, and why I only sell to select clients. I try to be as low profile as possible.
だけど今は
But now,
目の前にチャンスが
I see an opening.
グリーンエリアの上層
You have connections to the opera echelons in the green zones, a massive number of titles at your command, and a steed akin to a mobile fortress.
それが一般人なわけないわよ
You're definitely not just some random person.
退役した軍人も何人も治療
I've treated many retired soldiers.
誰もが
They give their life to service, most of them saving a large number of regular folk through their work.
一般人を救ってきた経験があるものばかりよだけど退役した時
But once they retire, they suffer from radiation sickness and steep medical bills, utterly shattering their dignity.
ズタズタに引き裂かれてしまった
It's like real life, maybe.
あの財団どもが
Those conglomerates manipulate vaccine prices and collude with satellite city governments to issue strict directives on vaccine distribution and use,
っていなかった
driving people of the Yellowstones against the wall again and
生きる
again and again.
こともなかったのよ
自分が作った薬で
You want to disrupt the state of satellite cities with your vaccines?
この世界を変えるには
If we want to change this world,
他者にな
we must first become its rulers. Is anyone else getting flashbacks? Or is it just me? There is no reason for us not to collaborate. I provide vaccines and sponsor your election campaign in a satellite city. I do not know what you're talking about. If evil, why hot? No red flags here.
Gaining control of a satellite city will allow one to save many lives. Policies that benefit Yellow Sun residents will increase their willingness to relocate to satellite cities. With enough material and material resources, we'll be able to take the next step. Political institutions. The mere mention of it makes my stomach churn. Back in Griffin, everyone was simply a pawn of somebody above them. Despite the legality of Paradeus experiments, a good number of factions in the URNC are still willing to support the next step of their research for their own benefit. I stare at the young lady before me. Her eyes are brimming with tears, as if she's really sincerely beseeching me to accept her proposal. Would I go back to the URNC? If I agreed with the URNC's choice back then, I wouldn't have chosen to live on my own. Are you willing to collaborate with me? Vaccines are not only capable of being the key to everyone's health, they also serve as an essential stepping stone towards the pinnacle of power. I think we're kind of jumping away from medicine here. Our vaccines will earn us votes and allow us to help even more people. I will not collaborate with any faction or power connected to Paradeus. Why? Perhaps you think that those biological experiments are inhumane, but all the participants have been willing volunteers. Oh yes, because that makes it so much better. Especially when the quote-unquote willing volunteers are part of a cult. You know? Willing cult members. They are never willing volunteers. Not the unitaries that Paradeus exploits, nor the quasi-fully immune individuals they create. None of them are willing sacrifices. They are desperate, so they choose to will. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I mean by, you know, quote-unquote willing. Willing volunteers spoken about people that have nowhere else to go, and most are kind of brainwashed already. So, you know, yes, they will say yes willingly, but they're not in the right state of mind to actually be providing consent. And the experiments are extremely fucked up, yeah. Choice has always been a privilege of those who can afford it. Can't we just use more orphans? Back to our roots. Get back to illegally buying orphans. There are few paths presented to Yellow Sun residents. Choosing the most hopeful of them will at least help such individuals not die in despair. Looks like you've been completely brainwashed by Paradeus as well. We simply use each other. I need them, which is why I collaborated with them. Yeah, no, I'm not so sure considering what you've been saying. I'm not so sure of your stand of like, oh, we simply use each other. I'm not convinced. If Paradeus did not exist to provide patients with severe symptoms a glimpse of hope, those hopeless infectees could be heading to their ends in countless other ways. At least with Paradeus around, they have a glimmer of hope to hold on to, an idea that they might survive.
Yes, of course, because that excuses all the experiments and human suffering that they cause.
パラデウスにとって命なんてものは無視
A storm stops for no one. Paradeus views life as an ant that they will gladly trample countless times.
ブージャムの制御だけが目的だと
They don't simply wish to control Bujums. Their ultimate goal is to unlock relics.
すべて遺跡を開くため遺跡の中にある力は
The power hidden within relics is so great that every faction will make a mad dash to grab it for themselves.
パラデウスと協力するのはやめて
End your partnership with Paradeus and give all your collected evidence to me.
そうすれば
If you do that,
命だけは
I might actually let you live. Damn! I love how Rodless Commander is in Ghost Frontline 2. I might actually let you live. Sheesh!
私を見逃すですって
Oh no! The dead eyes. Let me live?
パラデウスに
There's something I wish to achieve through Paradeus. I'm not going to live.
ないじゃない
パラデウスの目的は
Paradeus' goal isn't to save the world at all.
すべてを捧げ
Even if you pour everything you have into research, you won't gain anything.
しない人を食らい尽くす組織の中で
You'll simply lose more and more of your humanity in that cannibalistic organization.
財団とパラデウスの
The conglomerates collaborate with Paradeus,
いつ終わる
but they could also end that partnership at any moment.
私を心配しているの
You seem to be worried about my safety.
暴れんでいるだけよ
I'm simply taking pity on a soul doomed to be consumed by Paradeus.
情報を手にするため
In order to gather intel,
あなたは
you do everything that Paradeus wants you to do,
実現し
and eventually you'll give more and more of yourself to them.
捧げ続けることになるパラデウスにとって
In their eyes, you're simply a pawn that could be discarded at any moment. Oh, she's angry now. And still with the empty eyes.
理想のために命を落とすの
Choosing to die for your ideals isn't wrong,
道を
but you've chosen the wrong path.
パラデウスを離れなさい
You should really leave Paradeus.
最後の忠告
That is my final piece of advice.
離れてどうなるの実験に必要な資源
Yo, does anyone know the voice actor for this lady? She's killing it.
するとでも
And what am I going to do after I leave? Are you going to provide me with the same amount of research resources and facilities that Paradeus gives, alongside a sufficient number of willing test subjects?
あなたにパラデウスへと送り込まれた
The patients whom you persuaded to join Paradeus already had their lives ruined beforehand.
私に選択肢なんてあったと思う
I had no choice.
医薬品グループに加わって
What am I going to do?
こんな値段で家
Join a group of medical corporations and force even more Jerusalem residents into a mad scramble for vaccines through high vaccine prices?
続けろっていうのそれなら私はこ
I want to change this world for the better, but I have no other way to go about it.
ないもの
Oh, she's in denial. I mean, I guess not denial, but is... Or would it be denial? She's in that stage of like... I've already done all this fuck up bullshit. So I need to convince myself that I have no other way. I have to convince myself that this is the only option because I've already done so much fuck up shit.
パラデウスなら私に
At least Paradeus provides me with resources and power.
この世の闇に迎合した
The path of complicity is one with no future. You should look for a new path.
私もかつては
We're not too different.
全てを変えられるはずの
I too once thought that I was in an organization with the power to change everything.
だけど
But the closer I got to power, the less control I had over myself.
上に行こうとすればす
One must abandon certain things to climb higher. They must also accept that they have to exploit others and be exploited in turn. It was not a future I wished for myself. Which was why I left everything behind. I spent so much time trying to find a completely new path. Did you manage to find it? Orphea grasped my hand. Her eyes reflect a mixture of hopefulness and pain, as if I might be able to show her a new ray of light.
Yeah, see, it's like Irma says. A distorted face of desperation. She's just lost. She was just trying, like, you know, the way that she was giving reasons after reasons, like, oh, at least Peladeus let me do this. And like, what else am I supposed to do? How else am I supposed to do this and help people? At least with Peladeus, at least. So it's really like she sees no way out and she's just convincing herself that, yeah, no, the Peladeus is the only way, clearly. And now she's like, did you find another path? Like, please tell me you did.
I was no longer able to position myself away from the maelstrom once I found out about Peladeus' return. I do not know how many factions have connected themselves with Peladeus for the sake of conducting experiments, but there might be similar things happening elsewhere throughout the Yellow Zones. A promised cure used to lure desperate people in, brainwashing them into Peladeus unitates. It doesn't matter how many factions are back in Peladeus. I'll crush them one by one. At the moment, not yet.
But I do admit that I can assume it's going far in biological research because they aren't bound by regulations. Yeah, no, exactly, because they're doing fuck up shit.
Orphea is laughing, but tears are flowing down her cheeks. Then, please keep going. I want to see the other path that you talked about. Commander, do you read me? A large force of Bujums is heading toward the pharmaceutical factory. We'll try to intercept. Please stay safe.
She's trying to find a reason to admit to herself that she's wrong, but her situation is also just fucked up enough that it's driving her to desperation. Yeah. I think that last line to the commander really sold that approach, because of the way she was, like, you know, in tears. Be like, please keep going and show me that there's another way. Sounds of gunfire mixed with the roars of Bujums are emitted from my communicator. I look at Orphea, whose face is frozen in terror. A Bujum bellows, charging towards me and Orphea. Lena's gunfire repeals the Bujum, but Orphea stops Lena from continuing her attack. Oh, it's Isa. I don't think you can tell her to calm down now. The ground is shaking. The roars come not only from outside, but also from the underground. You hid Bujums in your basement? No, they were patients who could have been saved. Oh no, why are you coughing?
Sister, what the hell have you done to her? Elinda arrives in a hurry, only to see Orphea cough up blood and fall to the ground. An ear-splitting alarm starts blaring throughout the factory. Sounds of gears turning can be heard from the originally sealed floor. Collapse radiation levels are probably spiking. They found us.
Damn, remember how I was saying before we started writing today, how the event has kind of been like all over the place and not really felt super engaging to read. I really feel that they locked in for this part. This part was great. This note was excellent. In a way, it's like trying to quit smoking. You're being told the effects of it, but it's the only thing keeping your sanity. Yeah, I think it will be compared to something like that. Terror from Chimera. Okay, let's kill it. They're really looking for the entire commander section of it. On the conversation here with Orphea. That was great. Commander, we've eliminated the first batch of Bujums. There are still a number of Bujums heading towards the factory.
There are more enemies inside than outside. Why are they crawling out from the ground? Is this some kind of Bujum nest? Focus fire on the Bujums. Stop! They are my patients. I can save them. I don't believe they can be saved in their current state. Their minds are still intact. They can be controlled. Commander, Melanie's suddenly in a really bad state. No, don't call me. It hurts. Get out of my head. I don't want to hear it.
Mailing, take the Elmo and drive it out of this region.
Don't come any closer. Be quiet. But...
Do it ASAP. Get Melanie out of here. Winds of the past. Here to claim reign. Melanie's getting a Discord call.
But those forces are nearby.
Oh, hey, an actual Nairo showed up. Those who betray and destroy your god's realm must pay.
She's holding a collapsed crystal that accelerates the formation of Bujums. We have to stop her.
The Bujums inside the factory charge at the Nairo with a roar. The Nairo stops her action and stares at Orphea with a blank expression. You dare corrupt the scepter of God. Oh, she is so dead. Oh yeah, Sanko's fallacy. The way she was trying to convince herself, or like, there is no other way. Like, I am already here, and I need to excuse everything I've done by convincing myself that there is no other way. But at the same time, she desperately wants an out. Okay, they really locked in for that node. Let's see how it continues. Look at this cute little... Oh my god! Fourth choice. A new possibility, unlike all the other paths chose in the past. Who the fuck? How interesting. How interesting. This is simply too amusing to ignore. That voice is that you, Chief Research Director? Which little mouse are you again? Hold on, let me find your profile. A yellow sun doctor developing vaccines? The experiment you introduced to us yielded pretty decent results. Still,
Not really that useful. Make things clear the next time you connect to my comms. Don't give me misinformation, got it? Here I thought that a little flower that could serve as the key and gain perfect control over Bujums really did appear.
You'll hate her? I'm already hating her, so... Oh boy, am I excited.
She is displaying symptoms. This so-called control was probably achieved through a combination of collapsed crystal use and hypnosis techniques. Just some parlor trick, nothing interesting. No harm in getting rid of her. I can still do value. I found a way to prevent humans from turning into elites. And I could determine most of the ingredients in Paradeus drugs. Just give me a bit more time. I want to know what that special ingredient is. If it could be mass-produced, it'll save everyone. The ingredients? Oh, I remember now. That special ingredient? That used some tissue fluid taken from a fully immune individual.
Yeah, her VA is great also. And I'm already getting like the mental image.
Pretty effective, right? Really good stuff. But it's not as easy to produce as you imagine. I've raised many little flowers, but not many of them contain such effective fluids.
Oh?
Did you think something like that was worth researching? How boring. You guys should just go ahead and take care of things here. Don't bother me anymore.
I assume they are farming Elenas for that tissue? Yes, exactly. That is the implication.
Fully immune individuals? The ingredient that I chased and investigated for so many years was just some tissue fluid? Don't you get it already? Paradeus' goal was never to cure radiation sickness. By claiming that they could cure radiation sickness, Paradeus was able to make deals with the conglomerates and get their support. Those you introduced were Paradeus' followers serving as test subjects.
Back to the roots, farming little kids, yeah. They can't get them from orphanage anymore, so now they're just making them themselves.
Even if you didn't introduce anyone, Paradeus will use high levels of collapsed radiation to screen and select for survivors. Those who believe in Paradeus are always spreading harm to more people. I'll never forgive them. The needle leaves the crystal. The next second, it shatters in her hand, causing radiation to spread throughout the factory. The Bujums lose their minds completely in a few moments, attacking everything in sight. Maybe they managed to find one from the orphanage and they just keep cloning that orphan who is an immune individual. That is also a possibility. Sister, your body can take radiation levels this high. We have to leave right now. With collapsed radiation levels this high, this factory can no longer produce any drugs. There's another way forward despite the loss of our equipment. We have to go. You're wasting your time trying to wake them up again. It's no use. Let me try. Using the vaccines. I have extracted the active ingredients and concentrated them. That may work. I'll try it.
Lena takes the vaccine that Orphea gives her and injects it into the unconscious body of Isa, who has already turned into a Bujum. Oh. Of course. The need attacks, but the Bujum, who just regained some consciousness, protects Orphea from harm.
いいや私を殺せ
No. Kill me. Set me free.
まだ患者への憐れみが残っているなら
If you still have a doctor's mercy towards your patients, then give her freedom. Damn!
彼らを苦しみから解放してやってください
Unchain her from this cruel fate.
神のささやきが聞こえる
I hear divine whispers.
あんたルージャムがどこから攻撃してくるかわ
You know where the Bujums are going to attack from?
風の声は今
The winds are just as before.
あんたを信じるわよだけど
I believe in your judgment, but how are you receiving information from them?
相手のセカンダリレベルをハックしたの
Did you hack into their level 2 or something?
情けは必要ないわこの放射
There's no need to hold back. With such levels of collaboration, the Bujums will become an even bigger threat if we just let them stay here long term.
しかもブージャムが絶えず
Numerous Bujums are still coming from that direction.
すぐに撤退
We have to leave as soon as we can.
もはやこの工場に存在する価値はない
This pharmaceutical factory has lost its reason for existence.
レナさんあなたの
Lena,
友人を
take your friends and leave. I'll settle things here.
私が何とかするからお姉ちゃんバカな真似はやめて
Pixies, don't do anything stupid.
エリンダ私の理想をあなた
Melinda,
に託すわ
I'll entrust my ideals to you.
この放射
I won't survive for much longer.
私もそう長くは生きられない私たちにはまだ薬が
We have our vaccines.
そうそれが
You're right.
最後の希望よ
They were my last hope.
普通の人よりも
They give me more time to live than the average resident.
息できる
Orphea tries to stand up. Collapsed crystals emerge from her body. She wobbles towards Lena and shoves the specialized collapse crystal into Lena's hand. Yeah, I'm like... It looks like she had been infected for a while.
これを使って一時的に
Use this to make the Bujums focus on the enemy for some time.
取らせるわそうしたら
Once you activate it, take your friends and leave immediately.
私に治療を求めた病人たちは
Those patients who came to me for help should have never become the pawns of Paradeus. And they certainly didn't deserve to end up like this.
結末を迎えるべきじゃ
So now you're realizing.
工場の下にある爆弾を起爆するわ
I'll activate the explosive in the factory's underground level.
私の最後の防御手段
It shall be my final act of resistance.
他にも方法があるはずだよ私が
There's still something we can do.
エリンダこれは命令よ
Melinda, this is an order.
研究をあなた
You must take my research and get out of here.
あなたさえ
As long as you're around,
私の研究
my research won't be all for naught.
お姉ちゃん行きなさい
Go.
はいご主人様
I had a feeling. The security systems of the pharmaceutical factory activate in full force, launching an assault on the needles. Countless streams of security automatons emerge from the ground, along with numerous Bujums.
料理で最初の調査じゃ何も見つからなかったわけ
No wonder we found nothing when we first visited this place.
コア設備が全部地下にあっての
All the core facilities were installed underground.
レナが投げた物体は有効よ
The thing that Lena threw seems to have worked.
一時的に
The Bujums have focused their attention somewhere else. Commander, we must leave quickly. This place is about to...
Oh, no explosion sound effect? Alright. Imagine an explosion, guys. Explosion sound. Oh, there we go. A massive shockwave from the explosion surges toward us. Lena instinctively throws herself in front of me to shield me from the blast and debris. The needle's position is ravaged by the shockwave. When the dust settles, she emerges with apparent signs of damage.
卑劣な魂が
Vile souls, you will pay for your actions.
払う
Judgment arrives by his will. I shall bring the wicked to the abyss. No, you're using collapse crystals to amplify the intensity of collapse radiation, right? I can't let you keep doing this. The enemies. You just need to get rid of all of them.
Exactly, Vector. That is a strat. This was a fun fight in heroic mode. Three elite enemies at once. Sheesh! Could never be me. Imagine knowing how to play. They are too cute to be evil. Mayhaps in the future, who knows? Like how it happened. I guess Frontline 1. I forgot these guys explode. Oh, it's fine. Prioritize destroying the factory.
Now operating at full capacity already. Some of our heavy weapons are in the vehicle. I'll go get it. In the end, you were right about everything. I was long aware that I would serve as a pawn, but at least I hope that my actions today will become meaningful. To walk on a brand new path vastly unlike the ones once tread. I was really hoping to bear witness to the moment you find your way. Your new path. Hopefully, I'll have such an opportunity. Orphea swallows the drug held in her hands. Countless collapse crystals emerge from her body, twisting her body into an inhuman shape. At the same time, explosions could be heard one after another. Linda, make sure all our intel gets out. Let everyone know what happened. At least, don't let anyone else be deceived like I was. You people, what are you all standing around for? Do you want to be buried with the factory like my sister? The underground level contains enough explosives to blow this whole factory sky high. My sister was going to use them to realize her dreams. Damn it! Damn it! Why do things have to end up like this? Orphea, is this the new path that you have chosen? Everyone, retreat. A string of explosions echo through the factory. With Linda leading us, we managed to avoid the blasts. After leaving the factory, we looked back from afar to ensure that no Nairos and Bugiums managed to get out before heading back to the Elmo. Pixis wanted me to give you this. She said that you are interested in Paradeus intel and will need it. Does it contain any data or info on the experiments? How would I know? Elder sister hid it all, even from me. I've given you what she told me to. I'm going back for my sister. Even if our chance at survival is 1 in a million, I won't give up on her just yet. Commander, are you okay? I stayed on the Elmo as instructed. Are you still hearing that voice? I stopped feeling pain once the Elmo moved away. Commander, the new reports you obtained are far more detailed than the ones from the Barjagers. The ID numbers have been forcefully masked or redacted, so we won't be able to decrypt the exact identity of the test subjects for now. More time is needed. I'm rather interested in the various coordinates mentioned in our new intel. Looks like all these coordinates have received cargo from Paradeus bases before. If my guess is right, those are the locations of other Paradeus labs. Indeed. If all this info is true, our case today will be considered significant. What's most interesting is that some of these coordinates are not in the yellow zones. Some of them are actually located in various white zones. Oh, of course! The closest white zone coordinates are located in Liv. So it all goes back to Liv. If Paradeus forces are in Liv, Elena is at great risk of being targeted. No need to panic. Green zones and white zones are under constant surveillance. They check collapse radiation levels on a regular basis. By right, it won't be easy for Paradeus to just have an entire base to themselves in there. Dandelion, are you forgetting about 10 years ago? I had a look at the location specified in the Liv coordinates. That area belongs to the Girard group. It is described in public sources as one dedicated to researching clean energy and collapse radiation cleanup. Collapse radiation cleanup? Quite amusing, isn't it? It's the complete opposite of Paradeus research. These coordinates are sufficient evidence for us to investigate any collaborative relationships between the conglomerate and Paradeus. Sheesh! And now, before reading the last one, I'm gonna take a little break because I need to go to the bathroom. I drank like 3 glasses of water, so I'll BRB.
Alright, sorry for taking forever. I know fans call for single sphere units to be back. Yeah, it's me, I'm fans. We did say some little orphans in Running 1. Those might be with Dandelion. Unless they retcon that. Anti-Paradeus Chili, that sounds so good. Actually, give me one more second. I forgot to refill my water. Alright, now for real, we finish this. Lingering traces. The flame that burns away the darkness has been ignited, and the storm is at hand. Ooh, sounds promising. Let me move this here so I can see both my audio bar thingies. Let's go. Nighttime. FABN office in the Odessa White Zone. Clear weather. I probably should just say FABN. Mangi security managed to retrieve the lost vaccines and dealt a severe blow to the bardigers. This is another unknown voice. There was a lot of men. People from Mangi security have spent the past few days prodding us to invest in them more. Speaking of which, they mentioned that one of the main reasons for their huge losses was a lack of proper communication. A third-gen doll interfered during their mission. Oh, Blue Sphere? No need to let them know too much. Security can only be ensured if third-gen doll permissions remain in our hands. Oh, sorry I cut you off. Indeed. A love for gossip is not a favorable trait. You can wipe a doll's neurocloud, but people? The only option is to make them die of illness. Ah! Quote-unquote, die of illness. You know, like how the other guy accidentally fell out the window. They have requested from us a third-gen doll that will belong entirely to them. I will reject that proposal. As compensation, I'll invest some money in them. Everyone. Vaccine prices have remained quite high in the satellite cities for some time now. It's time to clamp down on the prices and establish some regulations for distribution. Oh, yippee, corruption, not collusion. In what capacity are you demanding this from us? As Chief Zimmerman of Odessa? If we want to advance the Lullaby project to the next step, I need enough public support. Vaccines are a good way to ensure that. Green Zone, Lentin's office at Mangi Security. The conglomerate is pretty generous this time. Not only did they just sign off on a bunch of investment money coming in, they agreed to provide us with a batch of dolls as well. I heard that Lonnie asked for 13 dolls, but his request was rejected. He does justifiably have confidence to request such things, so he has the backing of the conglomerate. They'll most likely reject it anyway, so why don't I request for a batch of 13 dolls as well? Lonnie will definitely be pissed off regardless of the outcome. Then his expression will be quite amusing. You seem to not like Lonnie's squad very much, Adjutant Lantin. I've been feeling the desire to climb higher lately. Oh? I must at least prove myself to be better than that woman. Bro, why am I living rent-free on your head?
データの解析が終わったわ。指揮官からの最新情報を踏まえると、チップが指し示している座標はパラデウスの実験室で間違いないわね。
Decryption of the data in the chip is complete. Combined with the new intel that you provided, the chip's data designates the specified coordinates as Paradeus lab.
他の情報はまだ解析中よ。
We are still analyzing the rest of the intel.
対応を同期するわ。
I'll share the details with you as soon as possible.
これだけの証拠があれば、
Commander, we have enough evidence to request the URNC to conduct further investigations into the conglomerate.
財団がパラデウスを支援している
Evidence of the conglomerate funding Paradeus, minorly being able to affect Budiums.
影響
It's all enough to prove that the conglomerate and Paradeus must not be underestimated in their goals.
財団とパラデウスの野心を示しています。それを正式な証拠として、
Are you willing to officially provide this intel to Alpha as evidence?
メラニーとヘレナについてだけど、
About Melanie and Helena,
あなたの懸念は理解しています。
I understand your concerns. They are our best witnesses, but haphazardly handing them over to the URNC wouldn't be a wise
ソ
choice.
連に引き渡すのは賢明な選択だとは言えません。こちらのデータ証拠だけで
We currently have sufficient data evidence to initiate litigation and begin an investigation.
行うに事足ります。ですが、
However,
あらゆる証拠
all evidence submitted must be handed over through legal and due process to ensure fairness and justice.
プロセスを踏まなくてはなりません。個人を通じた情報の提供は
Giving me evidence in private won't
正式
work.
だとは言えませんね。指揮官様、私たちに
Commander, we'll need to establish a formal evidence submission process between us.
が必要なんです。
Hmm.
非軍事勢力管理局
I'll make a request to management as a senior counselor of NAMFA to approve the next step of our evidence submission process.
ができないか。ただ、
The catch is
そうする
your identity will be exposed to the upper echelons of the URNC. Oh,
ロレンの上層部に知れ渡ってしまいますが、
oh. I recall a number of familiar faces I know from the URNC and Sai. I want to completely destroy Paradeus, but it's quite obvious that I won't be able to do it alone. I need the URNC to exert pressure on the conglomerate and thus cut off Paradeus' financial support. The destruction of Paradeus can proceed once that is accomplished.
エルモ号で待ってるわ。
I'll be waiting for you aboard the Elma.
わかりました。
Alright, I'll make an official visit once everything is approved.
伺います。
Yo! Reuniting.
I end the call with Kalina. The only people remaining in the ops room are me and Lena. She pouts, her face clearly expressing her reluctance towards leaving me. She was planning to stay aboard the Elmo and hate to leave with me, then meet with Kalina together. Given the current situation, her plans have definitely gone up in smoke.
指揮官、私に何か
Commander,
ことないの？
is there anything you want to say to me?
またすぐに会えるわよ。
We won't be apart for long. We'll see each other again very soon, I believe.
カリン姉が非軍事勢力管
If Liberty didn't tell me that I will cause misunderstandings by being present aboard the Elmo during your official meeting with Miss Collin in her official position as a senior counselor,
誤解を招くなんてリバ姉が言わなかったら、カリン姉が来てから
I would have stayed till Miss Collin came over and gone back with her.
あってもカリン姉
I'll support Miss Collin's decision if she decides to stay aboard the Elmo forever, of course.
指揮官、
他に私に言いたいことは？
Is there anything else?
その
Uh-huh. Go on.
Lena hesitates for a while in front of me before stretching her arms out, clearly hoping for a hug. I sigh as she leaps into my embrace just as I open my arms to give her a hug.
She's so cute.
リバ姉もカリン姉も
Levi and Miss Collin care deeply for you, Commander.
それに
And the same goes for me.
みんな心配してたんだ。
We were all worried about you when you left us a decade ago,
グリフィンとの
wondering if it was because you no longer wanted to be
じゃないか。
dragged into Griffin's affairs.
指揮官と再会してからも何考え
I still haven't understood your thoughts on it, even after a reunion.
もし指揮官が昔と
Commander,
違う道を
if you wish to tread on a different path,
それがどんな
no matter what it leads you to. Remember that we'll always be by your side, supporting you. Please do not forget that.
ありがとうレナ
Baby.
I'm saying this on behalf of Miss Culling and Liva. And for myself too, of course. That's all. See you in the near future, Commander.
This is an audio clip with the resource ID Wolf003208223362. Hey yo, Wolf! We know what this means.
パラデウスの実験室の座標を確認した。間違いない。
The coordinates of the Paradeus lab have been confirmed.
直接座標の地点で落ち合おう
Oh. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. I see how it is. I see how it is. The last line, I didn't get to read it, but it says something about we will rendezvous directly at the coordinates. I know those voices. I wonder who they are. A complete mystery. It is a complete mystery. Yeah, I'm gonna do the extra missions over streams. I mean, I'm gonna do them now, but I'm gonna end the stream first. I'm just buying stuff because I'm like, damn. Clearly, that is after the Oblivion and setting up for Corpusant. Man, I'm so excited. It really. I feel like let me let's go here for a bit. I feel like it really picked up at the end. Like they really found the rhythm at the end. Like especially that entire conversation between the commander and Orphea. That was great. That was peak. I feel like the build up was kind of meh. There were like too many things happening that they didn't really take the time to write. Yeah, no, clearly this is also... I mean, Lena's event was one of the ones that was caught in the rewrites. It came after the Oblivion though, so I'm not sure what could have happened there. But yeah, it was kind of messy at the start, but they really locked in at the end. Fears come... I mean, it should be Deep Oblivion Part 1, Deep Oblivion Part 2, and then this event. And then Corpusant, I think. I actually don't know if there's anything in between. But now we had to do this event in between because Mika just released it now. Is there enough back players that left? Yes. I can't confirm because a bunch of my friends came back to it. That is why... You know why? That is why they were appealing on the nostalgia a lot, because they were trying to either bring back or keep the players that they probably knew that the more likely to stick around were the veterans, and then from there and word of mouth, you know, you can bring back the new ones. But yeah, that was nice. It was nice. It really picked up there at the end, so it was worth. Deep Oblivion has been much more fun to read though. I am excited for next part, which will probably be starting on Saturday. And on Thursday, I'll probably be doing more reverse 1999. More war. But yeah. It is getting late for me. Even though I don't really work too early tomorrow, but I do want to get the stages done before going to bed and all that. So just gonna cut it short here. And as I said, more Frontline 2 on Saturday. And I haven't done the weekly schedule. Honestly, I'll probably do it tomorrow. So tomorrow schedule, most likely. But yeah, and probably no stream on Sunday. I wanna take this chance to just leave a day to sleep in. But we are on our way to Corposant. First, we tackled Deep Oblivion Part 2 this weekend. Yippee! But yeah, thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for making me company. And yeah, remember to stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!